What up? What up? What up? My boy Gail is in the building. What's up, brother?
I'm chilling, man. I'm trying to be chilling like you. I mean, you got the shades, you got the lights in the background, you got the chain. It's hard to compete.
Hey,
Hard to
man.
compete.
I'm just a product of my environment. So, you got your guys' energy out there, and all I know is that Vegas. I'm so ready for Vegas, and it's gonna be off the hook. It's gonna be off the chain. You already know, and so without further ado, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Gail Saunders is in the green room, and I've been waiting for a long time. And it's not going to be the only time you're going to be on the show. Welcome as many times as you want. You're here to have fun. I'm here to make you laugh. You here to cry. I make all kinds of feelings with you. So for the people that do not know Mr. Gail Sanders, you've been living in a box because this guy has been putting in that work. He's been grinding for, I think, since I met him for about 8 years, and he kind of motivated me to where I'm at now.
Hey, man, that's great.
We become great friends now, and we're creating those memories, and it's just awesome to talk to you. And all the Philly fans, I want them to know who this guy is. So go ahead and introduce yourself real quick.
Gail Saunders, you might find me on socials, usually on Twitter at Eagle Sessions. But I've just been creating content for a long time, and probably about 15 years. I've been doing this for a while. I started off talking about the NFL a long time ago. Worked with NBC for a couple years before starting Fourth and John with E. It was kind of like an idea that we had to just get fans closer to the game that we love, Eagles related, and just doing it in a fun, energetic way. And just, Fourth and John is really just about just the excitement of being an Eagles fan, like trying to, have those experiences, enjoying the Eagles like you want to. There's Eagle fans and there's diehards. I prefer to myself as a diehard because it's this thing I do every day, and it's not anything. This is just what I do. I can't help it. So obviously we met. Eagle Sessions used to be a YouTube channel a long time ago, probably 10 years ago. Haven't put any content there in a long time, but Aaron, that's how Aaron, me and Aaron met a long time ago. So we go way back, dude. So it's always good. It's always good times, man, catching up with you.
So that's right. That's right. So I remember when we were kicking it in good old Venice Beach. It was no Santa Monica. My bad. Close to Venice. And we went to go after we hung out the first night. There was the second night of fun of bar hopping. Yeah. And I just came in my plain Jane shirt, and you're like, hey man, where's the poncho? And I'm like, I kind of felt like, wait a sec, you kind of made me think there for a minute. You're like, so I was like, you know what? I guess the poncho is just my thing. So I got to thank you for that. And then I just started building this character. I got my bat now, and I just have this whole thing now. And it's just I owe you that, man, because you said, hey man, where's the poncho? And now here I am with still got my poncho, man.
Yeah, I mean that poncho is legit, man. I'm always a big fan of Eagles gear. I'm always collecting and picking up things, and that's one thing that I haven't really seen around any Eagles Philadelphia thrift shop or anything. I haven't seen a poncho. You're probably you're probably the only person I've ever seen with that poncho.
It's been growing, man, and I've been seeing the ladies start rocking the ponchos. I'm seeing more and more, and maybe you're just gonna start seeing more ponchos, man. Maybe it's gonna be the new takeover, and I gotta get you guys your poncho. I gotta get you guys set up.
Little Poncho Junior. Yo, I remember you rocking that through at the Rams game. I mean, it was just seeing you guys in your tailgating environment. That was pretty awesome. You guys, showed me really great time. Aaron actually showed up to the airport, driving up in his car. He had the flags, and I was like, and it's funny because that was the first time we ever met face to face.
Right.
Wasn't it? No, that was
No.
It could have been. No, we met at our tailgate, but it was the first time we really got to hang out.
Right.
So it was a really great experience, just hang with you, and then just then we went to the YouTube studios. All right, did you go to the YouTube studios?
Yep, I was there. I was the Birdman Uber back in the day. I was being your taxi.
Yeah, man, it was a good time. So I mean, just seeing you guys tailgate in your environment. Cali fans, man, the Cali Eagle fans, they don't really know how to get down. So that was pretty dope.
Let me give a shout out to Big Play Slay, man. This guy, I don't know if you know who he is, but this guy is always on the comments, and he is like a big supporter of all the YouTube content creators. Big shout out to Big Play Slay, man. He's just all over the place, and what a great name, Big Play Slay. Shout out to you.
He's thinking about Jalen Hurts. He said 4th and Jalen.
And then we got a boy, Mr. Comedian over there, Steven Puga. He is in the building. What is up, my friend?
Shout out to Puga, man. I know he's been working. He said he had some writer's block. Hopefully he said he got through the writer's block, and I definitely did see Puga doing stand-up. That's on my bucket list.
I mean, how could he not do comedy? I mean, he's right next to Dallas. I mean, the jokes just write itself, right? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, we all can't be perfect, and everyone's got to be the butt of the jokes.
What's up, big shout out to Joe Castro, man. Let me tell you, Gil, this dude, he's just been putting in that work, man. This guy, I'm like,
for sure.
It's like from one week to another, this guy's got somebody else's on his show. I mean, he's got NFL guys in college. He's got the big names, man. I mean, this guy. I mean, I can't wait to be on that guy's show, man. And I gotta bring it, man. Like he's been bringing it. And shout out to Joe Castro, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great. I mean, the thing about the Eagles fan base, there's a lot of great content creators. Like, there's so many content creators out there that bring their own flavor, bring their own vibe. So it's really great to see and really great to connect with. I was on his show, and I mean, they were just killing it. So it's really great to see the community grow. A lot of cool ass people, man, in the community, especially when you start when we start traveling again and able to like hang. That's another whole nother level.
Yeah, it's just the Eagles, like you said, we're just growing, man. We're just getting bigger. I mean, like you said, the content creators are just it's just getting big, and it's just awesome. And I'm just working. I'm working from the bottom, but I'm gonna get to the top. And I know you are. You're like really close. You're almost there. Please like and share, and then go sub up 4th and John. Let's get him to the 1,000 marker. And that way,
it's a whole YouTube thing. And so like we've always been on. I'm on Twitter like all day. Like I need to get on the YouTube platform and stay there and do more consistent content. But man, I'm just enjoying everyone else's content, man. There's a lot of great content out there. Like I consume everything, podcasts, videos, you name it. Like I can't get enough.
All right, I'm gonna go to a little clip. We're gonna go down memory lane real quick.
Oh man, this guy.
Eagle sessions, talking Eagles football all year long, starting with preseason. You gotta be excited. Football is back, baby. It's real, and if you're not excited, I don't know what's wrong with you. Today's preseason game was pretty exciting until the offense got on the field. It was a tough 2 series for the offense, just never got it going. Most importantly, Michael Vick, wait for it. It's negative. His thumb is not broken. Hand is okay. Must be a bruise. Most importantly, the Eagles got a W, and that was for Andy Reid. And it's been a tough week for Eagles fans to see their favorite head coaches go through such a terrible situation. But being out there at Lehigh, I was up there for a couple practices, just seeing how the Eagles came together. It looks like
wow. Hey, man. So,
wow. That was like 11 years ago, dude. 10 years ago.
So I went back in the day. We just took a ride down memory lane, man. How does that make you feel seeing that from where you're at today? How does it make you feel?
It makes me feel like I'm fat now. That was pre ACL injury. That was very Mr. Active Eagle Sessions. But no, I mean it's just funny just to see. Here we are, like 10, 12 years later. I'm still that dude. So I mean, it's just Eagles content consistently. It just shows you how long we all have been talking about the Eagles.
Yeah, man. And you know what's one thing that I'll say that I missed from back then was, you know what? Every time when you did come on, there's just one picture that stood out to me the most, and I don't even know where that picture is that when you had Shady McCoy in the background and the snow picture. Man, that thing is classic, and I hope you still have it.
I still have it. It's not framed, but I still do have it. It's like kind of like messed up. But I went out. I actually made those. Had those prints made up.
No, it's just like
photo. That's a great photo.
Yeah, it's just like when I see you, I kind of right now, even though you have that in the background, I still see the Shady back there because that picture is just iconic, man. It was just like that whole. If you can remember that game, like and how the slow start. I swear, if you would have recorded me when we first started that game, I was going crazy, dude. I didn't know what to do with myself. And then we ended up coming on top. Like it was just that start was horrendous. And then for us to come out on top and
a lot of great moments.
Angels, who was making?
I remember Deshaun Jackson when he was back to catch a punt return, and he's like holding his, because he's cold out there, but he's actually ready to catch a punt. So I mean, there was like a lot of really great photos from that day.
Let's see. So you are currently my 5th guest on the show in the green room, and being that you're number 5, we're going to talk about number 5 real quick, Mr. Donovan McNabb. What did he mean to you as an Eagles fan?
I mean, I was a really huge supporter of Donovan McNabb. When he got drafted, seeing him in the draft, being a fan, and then watching, the Eagle fans that booed him. I took offense to that back then. Before Twitter, before other platforms were out there, I was in forums defending McNabb for years. Like these chat rooms, like, which were essentially what Twitter is to this day. I was in there like doing my thing, just like I'm doing now on Twitter. I was doing that in chat rooms back in the day. But just talking about McNabb, I think, he gets a bad rap. I think he could do a better job just mending fences with fans. Like, he is one of the most prolific players to play at the quarterback position for the Eagles, but it's just weird that he's seen in a different light. Obviously he didn't win that Super Bowl. He came up short, but the whole team came up short as well. But I just think he could do a better job mending fences. I think he was a fun dude, man. He had a lot of energy, and we were always competing. I mean, the fact that people will speak about Wentz in a certain light and not, speak to McNabb in that aspect. We all know what McNabb was. I mean, even in terms of, like, if you're a minority, seeing a black quarterback like him, like, we saw Randall Cunningham do it, and then we saw McNabb do it, and take it to another level. And the Eagles were competing for a very long time. Obviously, all players have their faults, and no player is perfect, but I felt like he gave us a chance to do it. How long were we screaming for a wide receiver? Finally he gets TO, and that movement that year was amazing as well. That run was dominant. If he got a wide receiver earlier, we wouldn't have been talking about this. We wouldn't talk about them not having a Super Bowl. They would have had a Super Bowl.
And that's kind of where, I mean, he was, disrespected right from the get, which, you know what, deja vu. We got our boy Jalen Hurts getting, I mean, he didn't get booed or anything like that, but I mean, it's pretty damn close because social media, news, they're trying to eat our boy alive. But you know what? The guys. We have his back, and it's just more fuel to the fire. And I know Jalen Hurts is gonna succeed. I don't know. I just feel it. I don't see failure in Hurts. So, he should learn a lot from Donovan McNabb because McNabb's been there. And I believe he was trying to show Carson Wentz the same thing. And Carson just didn't get it at the end of the day, because Carson could have still been in Philly, but the fact that he just couldn't get it. And there's guys that just don't get it. There's being a Philly fan, and I'm from the West Coast, but I definitely know and hear exactly how it goes down. You got to have some thick skin, man. I mean, this is not for the faint of heart, man. You got Twitter, you got Facebook, you got TikToks, you got every kind of meme. I mean, they could meme you right now. I mean, you do a funny face and you get memed, and it's just things like that, especially, our boy Jalen. Jalen has a chance. Reagor, I'm talking about Jalen Reagor. He has a chance to say, you guys got me wrong. You got the wrong guy here, and come out. If him and Smith, if they do what we know they can do, we just got to be quiet. Don't tell too much people what's going to happen. But if they do what they're capable of, this offense is going to be legit, especially with our weapons.
Yeah, I think it starts up front with Jalen Hurts. To go back to him, I feel like just there's a sense of he's very stoic. He does remind you of Devonta Smith. It's about action with those guys, and it's also about self-starter. That vibe from them coming from Alabama. You could see that vibe from both of them. And just the energy that both of the guys put on the field and in the locker room behind the scenes is a thing that really needs to be ingrained in the culture of this football team. Because we're talking about a team that was kind of lacking identity last year. You didn't really know who this football team is. You really didn't know what was going on behind the scenes. I mean, I've heard stuff now about what was going on behind the scenes. Was hearing all that stuff last year, and it looked like it was leaking onto the football field, whether it was front office, locker room, you name it. But Jalen Hurts talked about the time that he had a recruiting trip where he was hosting Devonta Smith. The fact that Devonta Smith was like, nah, I don't really want to go out and strip and party, whatever. I want to actually go out and work. And Jalen Hurts was like, he's like, here I am, trying to hoax this guy to get him to come to Alabama, and he's not wanting to go out and party, not wanting to go out and hang. He wanted to go just get the vibe of the atmosphere of being at Bama, and he's always been that dude. So the fact that we get him, if we did a whole bunch of talk to prospects on college players, but we also broke down a lot of players. Shout out to Chris Malley, but I'm talking about when I talk about he as a wide receiver, he is an overall just dominant dude.
Right.
He did all that at 166.
Getting a little background noise, I don't know if it's your mic, getting a little noise.
How about now? Better?
It's kind of a little staticky. I don't know if it's I lost you.
How about now? Good?
You're okay, but it's just let's see. Now I can hear myself.
How about now? Pretty good?
I can hear myself just a little bit.
I can hear you. How about now?
All right, well, let's roll with this. That's good.
You're getting static?
Right now, no. It was getting there. It was just getting a little crackling.
Okay. No, I was just talking about Jalen just being Devonta Smith, just him doing it all at 166. I think he's been you could say whatever you want about his game, but if the only thing that you can actually tell me is about his weight, tell me more. Not really tell me more. If not, right, you really haven't gone back and watched the film. Talking about him not, he's been solid against press. He's just got a lot of tools in his tool belt. Like, and that's the thing that I think you talked about Jalen Reagor. I think if he learns anything from Devonta Smith is to be cool and composed and not kill the noise, dude. Like there's an idea. Like I believe in Jalen Reagor, and I feel like he picked like the worst time to actually start his career with the team.
Right.
Like we had the worst offensive performances by Wentz, by Ertz, by Djax, by Alshon Jeffrey, by Miles Sanders, by Dallas Goedert. You can go down the line. Everyone had their worst career years. I don't know why you would expect a rookie who dealt with some injuries to have a career year. Everyone had the worst year of their career last year.
That's right. Hey, if you're on Facebook, make sure you approve StreamYard so we can get your picture up and you can get your name. He says, I don't know who this is, but so let's go Eagles, Phillies, 76ers, and Flyers. 4 for 4. And shout out to the Philly Talk podcast. What's up, man? How you doing? Thank you.
Yeah, man, I've been on that show. Yeah, Philly Mike is killing it over there.
Yes, sir. He's another guy that's just grinding, man. It's just like the army is just getting big, man. The Green Army.
That's what's up, man.
Okay, let's get into a little bit of fun questions real quick. All right, let's see. Where are we gonna go? Does pineapple go on pizza?
For those who know me well, they know my relationship with pineapple. I'm a huge pineapple head. Love pineapple. I'm half Filipino.
That's right.
A lot of Filipino dishes have pineapple in it. So I would agree that in theory it does not make sense, but I've tried pineapple on pizza and it actually didn't taste that bad with ham on it. Is that no go for you? No pineapple for you?
Oh yeah, I'm pineapple all day. I'm team pineapple, man. I've got one no pineapple, and that was Mr. Mike. Shout out to Mike. So team pineapple is actually winning. So I'm happy.
Yeah, I like new shit. Like you try something different. Like someone says, don't try it. Like I don't know about anchovies, but I'll try it everything once.
Yeah, shout out to Piccolo. He said, "What's your tailgate? What was that? How do you say it? The bakery, the tomato
bakery, Conchaca Bakery."
Yeah, I'm. When I go down to Philly, I'm gonna have to hit that place because I can't believe I was at your tailgate and I didn't get a slice of pie, dude. I don't know what was wrong with me. I think
I was out there giving slices to people.
I thought I was just. I think I was just that awe of being in Philly. I couldn't. There's so much to take in going to Philly, and I couldn't. There's just no way I could do it all in one day. So I felt like I was at Disneyland, and I was a little kid, and I didn't know what to do. And and then I was at the biggest tailgate that I've ever seen, where you guys are burning the jersey, and you're dressed up with your outfit, and I mean that day was just insane, man. And I mean,
yeah, it was a good day, man.
I'm so happy that I was there, and I think, and the funny thing is I carried those mugs, and man, I didn't know how heavy beer mugs are in the backpack, but I'm glad I still made the trip. And I thought the airport was gonna say, "Hey, what are you doing with this glass?" But they didn't say anything. They let me take the mugs.
Shout out to the Ortega mugs. Your wife, you're killing it,
man. She's got, dude, we have some stuff coming out, bro, and I can't wait we got we got some West Coast air fresheners coming out, so we'll be getting some of those sent out to you. It's like we just keep coming up. She's actually making the ceramic things for like your beer, like what do you call the little to place it on the table so it doesn't get stained?
Oh, the coasters.
The coasters. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna have those coming out. She's working on it. She's my wife. Shout out to her. She's very crafty, man, and thank God she loves the Eagles because we're just getting more and more Eagle stuff coming out. I'm gonna have a lot more cool stuff.
Was she an Eagles fan before you met her?
Why you gotta go there, Gail? You can't put me on the spot like that.
Just saying.
Actually, quick story on that since you brought it up. She actually was a Raider fan, and she was not budging, man. She was not budging. She didn't care how much times I said the Eagles are better, the Eagles this. She was like, nope, my dad's a Raiders fan, so I'm gonna be the Raiders fan. And slowly but surely, my Birdman charm, man. She could not resist the Birdman charm. So we were at Universal, and it just so happened to be when Michael Vick signed with the Philadelphia Eagles. And I said, hey, I'm just curious. Let's see what this kind of looks on you. Let's try it out, see what it looks like. And man, I was like, woo, that's the thing of beauty. And you know what? Before you know it, I converted her. She is not at the Death Star anymore. She's with the Eagles Nation now.
That's good.
And
that's beautiful. That's a beautiful story right there.
Yeah, and she actually has a tattoo with my name on it, with the Eagles logo on it. That's how deep it went.
Talk about a real one. That's next level realness right there. I'm digging.
Hey guys, if you guys are on Facebook, please approve StreamYard so I can show your pretty Jules faces and everything, so we can get your contacts. Otherwise, it just says Facebook user. So just approve StreamYard so we can show who you are. Do you think the Eagles will in the division this year? Win the division this year? If so, Eagles are 550. Is that Vegas number right there?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, I just feel like it's like people just keep on talking about how terrible this team is. Like, in retrospect, I mean, look how many times people have downed this team. That's when they play better.
Right.
Nobody's expecting them to be back-to-back Super Bowl champs right now. They're in the bottom barrel of the division right now. I think I think they've dealt with a lot of turmoil last year, some change during this last season, but sometimes change is good. I think new energy is good. I think using your players correctly is great. I think having a plan for these players' abilities is amazing. I feel like that's the vibe between Gannon and Sirianni and Steichen. It's all about talking about playing to their players' strength. I think it's a positive. I think going to Vegas, Damon, is a positive. I think I'm hoping to get there somehow, figure it out. But still working.
I'm be in the building, and we're gonna start a tip jar for Gil because he definitely has to be there.
You know, it's this like flying to me right now is like freaking me out.
The vaccine part or just the tickets?
The whole thing, dude. Like I would rather drive to Vegas.
Yeah, we're driving. We're lucky.
Well, I mean, drive from all the way from over by Philly.
You want to drive?
I feel more comfortable drive than I would flying out.
Hey, if Damon already got his tickets.
Like 5 or 8.
Right now, I did see the cheapest are about 500 right now. So I don't know where he's sitting at, but
I mean, you could always say when in Vegas, you know, you can chalk it up, or like instead of spending $3,000 on that trip, I could buy season tickets for all the home game.
Right.
Well, I mean, I'm planning. I want to go to Denver. I want to go to Carolina. I want to go, ATL. So I mean, I'm with it. You know what I mean? I'm feeling those trips. It's just
E-Rock has that Philly. What is it? Philly. I forgot what it's called. Philly something where they're doing all the package together. So are you going to be doing any?
Green Legion has their thing.
They have one too, yeah.
And then Fans of Philly has their thing too. Yeah, all correct.
Yeah, shout out to Lindy. I'm doing a double header today, so he's gonna be my second guest later. So y'all stay tuned. We're gonna get to meet Lindsay Inzone. Shout out to him. He's another YouTube content creator, and he's up and coming.
Lindy in the building. 500 tickets. I mean, it is what it is. Like I think as long as you like, if you haven't learned anything about this last couple years, you should cherish every moment. I think you should, I used to always say, live in the dream, not as a dream team, but live in the dream. Used to be my Eagle Sessions saying. It's true, man. Like, you got to live it up and while you can. And if that's the moment, especially for you West Coast Eagle fans, to enjoy, playing, and wifey was a former Raider fan. Like, the vibes are there for West Coast fans to watch the Raiders versus your Eagles. I know you guys had that moment with the Chargers and the Eagles, Rams and the Eagles. I feel like this is your shining West Coast Eagle fan moment. So I think you guys should be there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I already heard the strip is going to be, there's going to be a sea of green. You are going to see green all over that strip. So you get ready, Damon. You better have a little sign up or some green balloons so you can stand out, because it could get really crazy out there. Like, I feel there's a music festival out there as well. Oh yeah, it's going to be nuts, man. It's going to be nuts.
There could be like some kind of drama at the airport. That's what I'm saying. If one flight gets backed up, it's a wrap.
All right, another fun question. What is the best? I don't know if you are a big guy on this, but the best Philly cheesesteak in your eyes. Let the people know. Let the people know.
I like this spot called Phillips.
Now, is this a hole in the wall? It's like a low key place.
Yeah, it's kind of out of the way. I mean, Ishka Bibbles is another spot I go to. Ishka Bibbles.
Yeah, Piccolo, he was talking great about that place, so definitely gonna hit up that spot.
Ishka Bibbles is pretty good. I mean, a lot of people will always talk about the ones that everyone goes to. So I mean,
what's one thing that I didn't think I'd go crazy on is big shout out to over there on the East Coast.
Phillips Steaks right here. Boom, boom, boom.
Big shout out. Look at that, man. How did I miss that picture, man? That's on Instagram.
My boy Jay put me onto it, and I was like, bro, this is. It tastes great to me. It tastes better than me. So that's my spot. I go there.
Hey, Gail, what's funny is that one thing I do really miss in Philly, and even though it was a short time, was we did visit a Wawa. And man, I was like really impressed with that place, being on the West Coast and going to a Wawa. And it's just like, it's a cool experience. I mean, it probably sounds dorky or whatever. Like, who cares about it? What the heck is Wawa? But dude, they low key have some secrets in there, and it's awesome. And I even snuck over in the airport some of the snacks, and I was like, hey, you guys gotta check this out. I forgot what, some like little cheesecake muffin or something like that. And it was just funny. And I was like, it is different, man. And I do like me some Wawa. It is. It's real.
Kate Winslet, she had a Wawa moment recently on social media. She was really digging Wawa and the vibe. So she was like, this place is awesome. It has everything. I mean, Wawa, I haven't been to Wawa in a minute since the pandemic. I've probably been Wawa like maybe 3 times.
Okay, give me something, Gail. Give me something that you fear. Give me something. It could be spiders, lizards, rats, bats.
Something I fear probably is like living up to my own expectations. Like I'm a very tough person. I'm very tough on myself in terms of like doing my best. So I'm always like, put your best foot forward. So my fear is when I'm not giving my best. So like if I'm not giving my best, then that's an issue, because you should always give your best.
Okay, so give me an animal or creature.
Like
what's that?
I fucking hate spiders.
Spiders. All right. Okay. All right. I do like what you.
I don't don't like alligators either.
All right. Let me see if Gail can handle this. Okay.
I got you, Damon. I'll check out your thermal place.
You have to be in a room for 24 hours with spiders. If you survive the 24 hours, you get $1 million. Now, are you doing it?
Hell no. I'd probably die.
Hell no.
It's not worth it.
What if there were little spiders?
Because I could have a heart attack and die and not enjoy the $1 million.
All right. What if it's one spider? Just one tarantula?
Yeah.
One tarantula, you'll do it?
Not if it's one of those Australian spiders that have, like, they ask you for the Wi-Fi password. They're, like, so big. I'm like, yeah, those Australian spiders, the ones that you see that video that the spider was in the toilet and they try to flush it down the toilet?
Oh, no, I didn't. Man.
Yeah, I know. Evan sent me that video. I was like, bro, don't ever send me that shit. Don't ever. Like, that's not even, like, don't send me no spider shit.
All right. So, yes, even Black Widows, man. Those things are just, they've always scared me ever since a little kid. And, like, I don't know. I mean, and they're probably not even that, I mean, they're like this small, but man, do they put some fear in you. All
like,
right,
fear factor? Obviously, fear is a factor for me.
Okay, let's go. We're gonna do a fun one right here. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm gonna give you one. Okay, you're stuck on an island, and you only get to have 2 items. What is Gail bringing to the island to survive?
Two items to survive.
Right.
That would be a fire starter.
All right.
Probably one of those plastic bins to collect water.
Oh, okay, that's good. So you're basically you're gonna be trying to get some trees together, and you're gonna become a fisherman, but you're gonna have some clean water. So
you need your warmth. You need your water.
Very good. Okay. All right, you're on a boat. You could save one. You could throw a life jacket to one. The other one's drowning. You ready?
You could throw a life jacket to one?
Yeah, he's going to take his chances if he survives or not, but at least he has a chance with the life jacket. The other guy's going to drown. One you're saving on the boat. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Prime is one of the guys. Oh. Hollywood Hearn is another guy. Hey, I got to bring these tough questions. Let's see. Who am I picking? And we're gonna go Prime's brother.
Oh, this is morbid, bro. This is morbid. I think. Well, obviously, we're gonna let the cowboy fan disappear. I think Evan. I would throw a thing to, because I feel like Evan is a great swimmer. Like,
all right, Evan, man. He's gonna
Evan, like, he got punched in the face during Super Bowl run with a ladder. He was bleeding. And he was lost on the day that the Eagles won the Super Bowl. We lost him on Broad Street, and then we found him like hours later. Just showed up and found us. Out of hundreds of thousands of people running the streets, he found us. So, like, he will find his way back. I don't think Prime is that much of a good swimmer. I don't think he would make it. But ideally, I would jump in and save them all if I could.
Yeah, that's a good one. Eh? We're just having fun, guys. It's not real. It's just I'm busting up Gail, man. I'm busting his chops, guys. All right.
Look. Hey, look.
What's that? Oh, yep. That's right. Okay, so our in light of our new coach and his rock paper scissors ordeal, will you play a game right now and for a chance to win something live right now? And you have 15 seconds to answer the question.
I'm a gamer, dude.
So you are a gamer, okay? So in the honor of Nick Serrani, we're gonna play a game, and you have 15 seconds. And I have my timer right here. You ready? Let me know when you're ready.
I'm born ready.
Okay, I'm gonna when I end the question, I'm gonna start the timer. So here we go. And this game is called the pressure cooker. Just so everybody out there, this game is called the pressure cooker. You're in the house in the green room. Give me 5 cereals with no fruit.
Corn Pops, Frosted Flakes, Lucky Charms, Golden Grams, and Cheerios.
Bam! Wow.
Bruh, I mean,
hey
man, I was a pressure player when I played football. Throw me the ball, man.
Dang, well, congratulations, bro. Wow, man. You had, look, I think that was 10 seconds, bro.
I am also a cereal connoisseur.
Apparently, man.
You see how I didn't say Honey Nut Cheerios. I just said straight.
Oh, man.
I said straight Cheerios. Straight.
Hey, man, I can't, and that for sure. I thought it was gonna be a tough one, but you nailed it, man. Shout out to Prince Blue, man. Look at him.
Congratulations, bro.
Oh yeah, big shout out, man. Putting it, man. Here's another guy just putting in that work, and you know what's crazy about Prince Blue? I really didn't know too much about him till I seen I seen his comments on Twitter. And then I saw the whole Mike Missanelli thing going, the whole like, man, Prince has been out there. So, and
or you might have been tricked. You might have been tricked by Prince. Like half the people where they think they're talking to some other random celebrity.
What do you call it? The burner account? Maybe I got tricked by burner accounts.
It may be because he's a graduate, man. This guy is
right.
He knows how to pull the sheet over your eyes, man.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he's just, and one thing I could say about Prince is that what I like is like genuine, he's sincere, and he speaks truth, and information that you can gather from him. There's nothing wrong with it. You can always learn something from somebody else, and listen, and always take the advice. And
I definitely like when he was talking about being beyond the badge. I thought that was interesting. You know what I mean? Like his standpoint, especially the times that we're going through right now. Like,
right.
That's always to be it's always great to be a kid.
You're freezing up on Miguel. Oh, there you go. You're good. You're good.
You froze up on me, which cheap Wi-Fi over there.
Having all technical difficulties. Yes. So shout out to Prince, man. I definitely want to have him on the show, and I want to be on his show one day. We're going to be working on that. Man, the only thing I would have to say about his college thing, man, you got to go throw a little shade of green on there, man. It's too much yellow right there. Need some more. You should have hit some green and snuck it in.
But does that mean if it's yellow? Does it mean it's a certain level of Magnum people, whatever? I don't know. I'm like one of the worst. I'm one of the worst students. I'm smart in other things, but bro, like I'm just glad I graduated college, and I'm smarter now than I was when
right. Yeah, man. But big shout out to Prince, man. Putting in that work. Don't stop what you're doing, man. We're listening, and people need to listen to great advice. And just being out there in the world, like Gail was saying, because at the end of the day, we need to be together and speak and and hold people accountable. I would say people need to be held accountable no matter what you're doing, no matter what job you're doing. Accountability. Man,
Yeah.
speaking of accountability, didn't my boy Jalen Hurts say that? Man.
No, I think he talked about accountability, he talked about being consistent, and being comfortable. And being comfortable,
Right.
you become consistent. But I think the accountability factor that he was talking to, yeah, it's sometimes some words that they say in these pressers. Sometimes it feels like it points back to Carson in a way.
Right.
Without them saying it, I feel like fans feel a certain way when some players say certain things. Did you know? Have you noticed that?
Yeah. And one thing that shout out to Pablo Gary. Do you know who that is? Gail Pablo Gary he's another YouTuber. He's another YouTube content creator. Please, go check him out, sub him up. This guy has energy. I love his show. He's got it's like a dark room. He's got the jerseys in the back. It's the show is awesome. Dude has amazing energy. One thing that I'll say, he was talking about, he's going back to a presser when Carson Wentz had lost the game, and he wasn't kind of saying like I. Some of it once in a while he would throw in the I, but it was mostly we got to get better. We got to do this. We got to do that. The fans don't want to hear about we this, we that, when you were doing something that you were in control of. You tell us that you messed up, we understand that, and you get better from that. And because I don't even think when McNabb was losing, I don't think he was like saying we. Because if he said we all the games, I don't think McNabb would have lasted what he did. He was in control of this team. When McNabb had this team, he was in control of his team. And unfortunately, things didn't work out with T.O., and we all paid the price for that because we probably have 2 Super Bowls before the Super Bowl we just won, and that'd probably be our 3rd one. And those are just the facts because Donovan McNabb and T.O., I mean, for that 1 year, it was just a thing of beauty, man. I mean,
they should have made that work. They should have gave him his money. They should not let it get to that moment. They should have rock star moment. T.O. is still beloved. I know he's got his wine out there, 81 Vino.
Shout out to Philly Ace out there, man. Thank you for tuning in, man.
What's up, Philly Ace?
Yeah, bro. Man. And that's another thing that Eagles. We've been suffering for that. So many things been taken away from us, like especially when you go back to Reggie White, like that should have never happened. That should have never happened. Brian Dawkins going to Denver, that should have never happened. Like I don't know that's just. Can someone? I don't know, Gail. When you go down to Lincoln Financial, can you just like make a commandment in there? Thou shalt not let our Hall of Famers go. Like, just engrave it on the wall or something like that. You don't.
That's like Kelsey. That's like letting Kelsey go. I think he's the kind of guy that you let him go when he's ready. I mean, he's still very much a cerebral player, and he's putting work on the field, but a guy like Jason Kelsey, the guy that, he retires after this year, or, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's where he is at his career. You don't let some of these guys walk.
You got about 10 minutes left, or how much time?
Right.
Okay, we'll go 10. Okay. The last thing I want to get into is I want to know where you're at as far as Jalen Hurts' presser. Tell me what you're feeling as far as, the vibe you're getting from him and the realness of Jalen Hurts. Is it a real thing? Are you feeling that? Are you concerned about it? Are you not liking how he's talking? So just go ahead and give me today how you feel about our current quarterback, Jalen Hurts.
First and foremost, he's an impressive young man. Like you're talking about a guy who he might speak and coach speak, but he's actually been, raised in coach speak. His father is a head coach. Like some people say cliche statements, and I could feel it comes off as cliche. With Jalen Hurts, I think he lives that, and it's part of his game that is probably the most underrated. It's his mental makeup and his ability to win over teammates. We talk about his ability to win the starting job his freshman year over one, highly touted other quarterbacks. He came in his freshman year not, he wasn't supposed to be a starter, but he ended up starting somehow. And Nick Saban saw that in him. So then, when you look at his ability as a passer as a freshman, and was his game, he was a very mobile guy, more apt to just run as a freshman, but you saw his game develop as a passer as he transferred to Oklahoma, which was to me one of the most, because I was like, all right, well, his game actually progressed. So when he comes here, gets his opportunity to start, wins against the Saints, had some up and down performances, but overall, to me, she showed me what his leadership. He showed me his want to, and I think watching his presser, the biggest thing that I took away from him is his directness with the players. Like, he knows what happened in that locker room. He knows that it affected the locker room. The fact that Miles Sanders is like, yeah, he's the kind of guy who wants to get to know everyone on his team and bring everyone together. Like, that's very imperative to him. You talk about, he's got everyone's phone number. It's priority number one to get these guys locked in and to make sure they're paying the rent. But to me, like, while there's fans who love, like, I love what he represents as a guy who's trying to change the vibe, the energy, and culture in here. There's also fans, naysayers, who don't buy into anything and say the 4 games was fluky, but they, while they might give you excuses for Wentz's bad play and his performances, and they won't chalk it up to a rookie who didn't have an offseason, a rookie who's thrown into the fire and still outperformed one of our leaders in Wentz at the time, and they don't want to give this guy a second chance to show what he's made of. Obviously, it's just been a rocky start for a rookie to come in and flourish, but somehow he showcased his ability to flourish and win some big games in just 4 games. He came in and played decent. So here we are. We give him the keys to the car. He has an opportunity to, be that guy. And now here we are. If that doesn't happen, we do have 3 first rounds in the back pocket. But ideally, I think he's grown on the players. And they said, if you draft Jalen Hurts in your locker room before he was drafted to the Eagles, which was said, watch out because he will win over your locker room. And what happened? He won over the locker room. And I've heard from players say that what he's meant to them. And the younger guys have bought in, they're locked in. And at the end of the day, these guys have their guy. Like Jalen, Smitty, he likes to call him Smitty, Ward, they're all bought in. And they've all bought into what Jalen Hurts is selling.
Gil, why, in your opinion, why have they not committed and said, Jalen Hurts, you're the starter?
It doesn't bother me at all that because Sirianni has come in and preached competition. I want the hunger to be there. I want their competition vibes to be there. Obviously, Flacco has his storied career. I'm not going to say he's a legendary, but he's a veteran. He's going to come in here and push Jalen Hurts. But Jalen Hurts to me is the guy. We all know that he's the guy. Miles Sanders said everybody in here knows he's the guy. But that whole idea of when a new coach comes in, it's clean slate. So I've been on my college football team. We've had new coaches. It's the ability to compete you want to find ways to trigger guys to compete. Jalen Hurts said, "I am not above competition." So he's okay.
When Jalen Hurts was selected second round over pick, was the writing on the wall there for Carson Wentz?
In theory, they would say no, but from things I've heard, to me, that was the writing on the wall. I mean, once I saw Hurts get on the field in the slot and they started doing trickery, I was like, it was over.
Yeah, the reason why
saw that with Michael Vick.
The reason why the writing was on the wall, because you had problems with Nick Foles. How are you going to just bring another second round pick when you already knew Carson needed help? Or
yeah, that's telling. It's very telling to me when you have opportunity to bring in weapons for your guy, and a backup quarterback, although making like 1% of your cap, or even less than that.
Who pressed that? Who do you
quarterback to play for the next backup quarterback to play for the next 4 years? So, it's cool to have a quarterback on paying like what 1.2 million or whatever he's getting paid this year. But I feel like, did they think Wentz would fold after giving him all that money? Mentally, I don't know. But I feel like he definitely showed more than Wentz last year.
Gail, who pulled the trigger? Was it Lurie or Roseman on that call?
I probably Howie with the approval from Lurie. Now, obviously, they did their work. They knew when they sat Wentz, it was over, because they know his mental makeup, right? So you sit Wentz.
Or hey, Gail, was Jeffrey Lurie's hand on Howie's
on Howie's neck?
No, when they were pulling the trigger for that call, do you think Lurie's hand was on Roseman's hand? Because supposedly Jeffrey Lurie's dipping in the cookie jar on these things, man. That's what's rumored over. That's what.
Yeah, I'm hearing. I feel like they knew as soon as you saw Wentz sit, it was over.
Right.
I mean, again, man, like we obviously, I've heard a lot of things. I actually never really heard as much as I heard last year about behind the scenes. That's how bad it was.
Okay, we're almost down the minutes. Okay, give me the bad of why Hurts wouldn't succeed in this offense, and give me the good on how give me the bad things that happen where he won't succeed, and give me the good where he will succeed.
I mean, if I'm going to start with the negative, I mean, I think obviously it's a new system, new terminology. I mean, could he struggle with conforming that into his own, from what he learned last year? Now he's learning a whole new system. That could that slow him down? In theory, but it's a lot. They run a lot of the same things. But if I'm being real, I feel like in being positive here, I really feel like he's a guy that lives in the locker room. He's gonna live down at Novacare. Like this dude is like so focused and so locked in, and his opportunity to shine is now. And you're having a quarterback coach who knows him since he was a kid. His quarterback coach, coached with his dad or played with his dad back. He used to watch his quarterback coach play back in the day. Comes from the same hometown area. It's almost like it was meant to be. He said that the fact that his quarterback coach tried to get him to go to Mississippi State, recruit him to go there, and he went to Bama. He said, one of these days I want to coach. He's like, I want to coach you. What are the chances? But he's in an environment where they're going to play to his strengths. Talk about play action. Talk about the screen game. You talk about having Devontae Smith, a guy who can get open in his sleep. There's a lot to like, man. If they use him to their best abilities, again, I'm excited, man. Like I didn't think I was going to be excited this early, but just the feel of having a coach do some new things, new wrinkles, and put Jalen in a good place to succeed. Like, hope the screen game has been lacking for years.
Yeah, and our running game as well too.
Hey, I mean, we got it. Kerryon Johnson. We have a nice mix of backs. Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell. They all bring a different piece to the puzzle. I feel like, it's going to be interesting to see how they're used and utilized. But that Nyheim Hine role, Kenneth Gainwell, very successful out of the backfield, make you miss. Isn't the biggest guy, but can block. Check out that. What was it? Block against Michael Parsons, where he flattened his ass in that play. So he's a scrapper. Also, Fletcher Cox's cousin. So it's in the blood. But overall, I mean, yeah, man. Jalen Hurts, man, great opportunity to succeed. I think he's got a lot of doubters, and I think he'll prove them up.
And if this works the way I think both of me and you agree on, if this works the way we think it's going to work, man, and Carson Wentz plays, it's 75% of the snaps.
75%.
If he plays 75% of the snaps, man, I'm going to be giddy for this draft if everything works the way it's going to see, because the guys that are going to be coming in, maybe a top corner we're talking about or something, it's going to be awesome.
Three first rounders, dude. That means that you control the first round,
right?
All that draft capital. It means you have a great opportunity.
I believe the magic number for Hurts is 8 wins. 8 wins.
It's doable, man. Like people are like, oh, it's another 4-win football team. Like, but I also, it all depends on the health of the offensive line. I call them the Philadelphia Eagles, because it's like, if healthy, they have a great opportunity to succeed. I mean, the trenches were, we lost a lot of pieces on that offensive line.
And that's one thing Baldinger was talking about, why we were going to win the Super Bowl, is they were going to win in the trenches, and it was absolutely right. And
Kerrigan was just added to the piece. That's either depth or he's a starter, but I think he has the ability to come in and start over, like it could be BG and Kerrigan, call it a day, and then have other guys back him up. Still think overall we have a solid defensive line, and the offensive line. If Landon Dickerson brings something to the table this year, he's a monster if he can stay healthy. Brandon Brooks, we know he's coming back from injury. Lane Johnson said he's ready to go, but how long can that ankle be fine? If hopefully it's not a recurring injury, but again, like Kelsey, all know what Kelsey is. If Landon Dickerson starts over Sumalo, like either or, like Sumalo could be your center of the future. We have Mailata and the Dillard war going on at left tackle. Obviously, people feel pretty good about Mailata. Hey, we just brought in Raven Clark. Maybe he's your backup swing, and then they trade Dillard for somebody. There's a lot of options. So there's a lot of options, man.
Yeah. It's all right, Gil. I know I went a little overtime, but man, when you're having a good time, the time flies.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you having me on, man. Like, it's always, once again, man, it is what it is, man. I've known you over like a decade now. Always been the same person, consistently the cool man on the block, and also bringing the energy from the West Coast. So I respect Mr. Birdman, always bringing the heat, and always hey, if you haven't partied with Birdman, you should get on his calendar. He's a big deal.
Yeah. Go ahead and plug how they get a hold of Mr. Gale Saunders.
You can check us out on Instagram at 4th and John, Gale E. Saunders on Instagram. Check us out, 4th and John, on Facebook, Twitter, and I'm at Eagle Sessions on Twitter, because that's where I spend most of my time. But overall, you can check out our content at 4thandjohn.com. We do live streams, ton of traveling over the year, and we're always where the Eagles are. And that's pretty much hanging out with diehards that we do over at 4th of John. Talk Eagles football 24/7.
Pretty much. All right. Thank you, Mr. Gale. And we'll be linking up pretty soon. Keep doing your grinding every single day like you do.
That's right.
And go check out my boy Gale.
All right. You have me on, bro.
Peace. Go Birds.